What's up? I don't know if you guys like these videos, so let me know what you think. Let me just set up my project here. Let's talk about, by the way, I kind of do these videos to talk about things that I can't really make into a full video on my main channel. So I'll talk about the process of making or choosing an idea, because what I like to do is, if you've seen the set, you'll notice that I have a bulletin board that has a bunch of ideas on it. Let's make a bulletin board. Okay, here I have a little cork board, and then I have my ideas that I cut out and I put on the wall. Some of them are good, some of them are old. Anything that I think can become a video, I'll put up here, and what I like to do is I just choose what I think would make the most interesting story. Some of them aren't even stories, but I choose things that would, I can talk about at length, and then basically the rule that I use is if I could talk about it for about 30 minutes to an hour about the subject, then that's pretty good, because I'm gonna talk about it for 30 minutes an hour, and then if you watch the other Ramble video, then you'll know it's gonna take me about 25 hours at least to get it down, like 10 minutes of actual footage. So how do I go about choosing? So on the wall, there's a bunch of ideas, and I'll give you an example of one. One idea can be, and red. Okay, so I have two colors. Red is a story, and then I also have blue. Anything in blue is not a story, pretty much. So it could be a reel, etc. Like off topic, or even a vlog, or just ideas in general, topics. So I like to start things early if I can. So if every Friday I have the video out. The videos due Friday, depending on when I'm free. Rule of thumb is I want at least 3 to 4 days. And what I'd like to do is, so on day one, I'll film and I'll do level 1. If you don't know what that is, you could watch the other Ramble video. Depending on how late it is, I'll do, or start on level 2. There's no way I'll get there's no way level 2 will be finished on day 1. But I like to start, because if I start, then I'm on good pace. I could take my time. So those are always good days when I'm able to do this. And this, filming doesn't actually take too long. Filming is probably a 3-hour thing, hour and a half to 3 hours of me talking in front of a camera. And then you count all the errands that I actually do errands on storytime videos. So if I'm doing an errand, then add another hour or so for an errand, and then maybe if I'm gonna go eat, add another hour or another 30 minutes. Yeah, that's pretty much it for filming. Oh yeah, and I gotta get changed and stuff, gotta look good. So that takes like 30 minutes to an hour, depending how long my shower is, really. So yeah. And then level 1, like I said in the last video, it takes me about an hour. So in total, right, that's like a 7-hour ordeal. Not bad. Filming to finishing level 1, it's pretty good. And then if I get 3 hours into level 2, that's awesome, because I'll be on pace to having an early upload Friday, which is always nice. That would be day 1. So day 2 is level 2 and cry, because depending on this day, depending on how much I've gotten done previously on day 1, or there are certain days where I feel like I'm on fire, like I'm just quick, everything is moving faster than normal, or I'm moving faster than normal. So there's some variance to this, but level 2, so on the really good days, I can get this done in 1 day, which is awesome. What's been happening lately is level 2 is split up into 2 days. So what can happen is, if it's not in 1 day, then I'll get half done, which leaves day 3 to be a nightmare, because then depending how close it is to Friday, I have to finish level 2, and then I gotta finish level 3, so half of it. This sucks if I have to do both. So it's always great to knock out level 2 on day 2. And you can see why it's really good to start early. And the earlier I start in the morning, which is really good, and I don't have anything to do that day, then I could film, I can do level 1, and get most of level 2 done. I've never really had a time where level 2 was completely done on day 1, because I like to sleep on it if I can. I'll sleep on it, I'll come back to it, and then sometimes I don't really like what I did and I'll change some things around. That's that. So that was kind of a sidetrack. So how do I go about, writing ideas down? Well, I carry my phone around with me, obviously, everyone does, and I have it right next to me when I sleep, again, like everyone does. What's your point? He's asking. Well, I think about what would make a cool video all the time. I'm always thinking about it. So if at any point in time I think about something that would be cool, or I think would make something interesting, and there's no restrictions on this, anything that I think is relatively interesting, then I'll take my phone, put a voice recording on, and then I'll just talk. I'll say what the idea is, and then when I wake up the next morning, this is PM, in the AM, I'll write it down on my notebook. That's a bad notebook. Anyway, I'll write it down when I wake up. And then from there, if I don't have anything to do that day, I'll get the giant notebook. I have a big one, and I'll write it down with a Sharpie, and then I'll put it on the bulletin board. And then what I'll do when it comes time to choose a video, I'll look at the board, say, hey, this one looks good. Okay, that's interesting. Let me think. Can I talk about it for 30 minutes to an hour? Yes, I can. Then that's good. I will probably do that. Unless there's another... Sometimes I come up with the idea right on the day, because I'm thinking about it all the time. So I should probably get started on a video. Sometimes I won't even look at the board because I already know what I'm going to be talking about. But otherwise, this is how I'll go about it. And if I can't talk about it for 30 minutes to an hour, I leave it on there. I don't remove it. And then maybe I'll come back to it later, or I leave those ideas on there so that just in case, I need to do a really quick video or something. It hasn't gone to that where I needed to make release a 4-minute video on Friday or something. I've never been that pinned for time. Usually happens if I'm stressed out about the video on Friday, then I just won't sleep. That's my solution. Anyway, so that's how I'll choose the video. And what I'll do, let's say for a story time, right? What I used to do is I would film from the beginning to the end, which meant I would go intro, then I'll do the driving segment, and then I'll come back home after all the errands and stuff, and then I'll do a conclusion. Yeah, I don't really do this anymore. I did this for the first month or two, and then I was like, you know what, this is a really poor way of filming. No one does this. So now what I do is, if you can guess, I do the most important part, which is the drive, because that I want sunlight in the shot, so I'll drive first, and then get that out of the way. I'll come back home, and then I can take as much time as I want. So then I could take my time. I could take my time with the intro and the conclusion. That's way better. I don't know why I didn't think of that first. Yeah, there's no excuse. I should have always done this. But I just never planned my stuff out when I was first starting. The whole thing with the getting interrupted by an errand, that happened on accident because I wanted to get pizza in the middle of the shot, and in the middle of the filming I ordered a pizza and it was taking me a long time, so I thought, oh, why not just go pick up the pizza? That'd be funny. Now it's actually a structure, so there's a better way to execute this. That's a storytime video. Sometimes I'll do lately I'll do an off topic or a real talk. These ones I need to take notes because I don't want to be standing in a hot studio for hours just trying to nail what I'm gonna say. So I like to do bullet points. So on my notebook there'll be little bullet points. I can talk about this, talk about that, mention this, mention that, this is funny, and then I'll reorganize it. I'll be like, okay, this goes first, this goes second, this goes third, blah blah blah, and then here is just screw around, do whatever I want. And that way, when I'm standing in front of the camera and it's freaking hot, I'm sweating. He wants to go home, but he is home. Okay, I'm drawing this way too fast. Ooh, gosh. Okay, close that. Ew, I don't want to look at it. Okay, I'll look at my notes while I'm filming. So these ones, although I like doing them because it doesn't require as much animation or illustration as the story time, doesn't require as much time filming. If I have good notes, I could just stay in one spot and I can film it from start to finish or in any order and then just go after filming. So notes, film, and then I'm in my room, so I just walk across the room to my computer and then I can just start editing right there. I don't even have to, it's all seamless. That's just why I like it. So yeah, for real talk or off topic, well, let's say I'm talking about something and I know what point number 1 is, and I allow myself to go on tangents if you haven't noticed. So I'll mention number 1 and I'll go on a tangent or whatever, and then find some way to segue that into my second point. Or maybe I won't, and if I won't, then I'll edit it some way or maybe not even include it. But sometimes I get stuck on these points because I just flub the words. It doesn't happen too much when I am driving because I talk slower, because my attention is split. In a storytime video, if I'm driving, you know, I'm talking really slow and I edit it really quickly. So that's why it takes a long time too, is because level 2 is a nightmare. I'm not talking as fast. So real talk, I have time to redo takes, so I will keep doing point number 1 until I basically memorize something that I want to say, and I try not to flub the words. And sometimes I get in my own head and I keep flubbing the words and it gets really frustrating and I get on tilt. And I don't know if you guys can notice, but some takes when I'm watching it, I am smiling and having a great time, and then, you know, maybe in some situations 6 takes later I'm sweating and I'm pissed off because I can't get it right. And I have to keep telling myself, just smile, TJ, just smile, it'll all be over soon, hi, I'm doing okay. So that's one thing, just getting mad, keep messing the words up. I don't know, maybe one day I'll upload bloopers or something. Some of them I get explicit in them. I get really messed up, or I say really messed up things when I mess up a bunch of times because it's hot and I just want to hurry up and start editing. So if I have 3 more or 4 more things to say and I'm still here, you know, I'm gonna get mad. And then sometimes I'll get a good rhythm. I'll be saying all my lines and like, yeah, okay, I'm getting it. And then I keep going, and then because I get cocky. And then I flub the line right here where I could have just ended it right here. And since all the words, I was talking really fast because I try and talk as fast as possible so editing is easier and it doesn't look like I'm chopping up my sentences. So if I am talking really fast and then I flub this right here, it's impossible to edit because if I'm talking fast, the words are gonna get chopped up if I try and rearrange it in a way that makes sense. So I have to start over. So what I've been doing recently, I've been getting better at, once I got the main point out, talking really fast, and then I'm comfortable, I'll just stop there. And then I'll start a new line. Instead of going blah 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 blah, oops. Okay, well, you could have done this, this, and this as separate takes, but instead I wanted to go one continuous take and then I mess up here. So yeah, these are things that I don't know if you guys know anything about this, but I making videos was never something that I thought that would require me to be a better, you know, personality or actor or whatever, memorize lines, because when I first started making videos, it was typically doing interviews on other people because I wanted to be it's still a short-term dream of mine to film a full-length documentary. So always thought that I would be filming other people. What am I doing? Anyway, so I never thought that I'd be filming myself, which meant that, you know, I don't have to practice being in front of a camera, and it takes some time because you don't want to spend all day in front of a camera when there's hot studio lights on you and your legs are getting tired and you're getting put on tilt because you can't get your lines down. I don't have specific lines that I write down too. I know some YouTubers, they script things. I don't script because even when I don't script, some of it sounds planned and it sounds corny even when I don't script. So imagine if I scripted. I'm not a good actor. I can't act. So I just write down points that I kind of treat it like a presentation. I always done school presentations this way, and I'm pretty good at school presentations. I've always been good at these. If there was one thing that I can do is present, and that's because my old job beat that into me. I really know how to do presentations, and I always took this for granted because I would never do research on any of my stuff. I would just Wikipedia everything. I won't know what I'm talking about, but I know how to deliver and be confident and sound smart, so then I always get A's. I always got A's. I've never gotten lower than an A on a presentation. You just gotta be cocky. For those of you who are bad at these, you just act cocky. Act cocky, but professionally, you know what I mean? Professionally. Oh yeah, but TJ, what about questions? Yeah, so that means you have to be able to answer questions. You might not know all the answers, so what you do is you know about the topic to the bare minimum so that you know how to answer it in a way that may not be an answer, but it sounds like it. Okay, that was a bad way of putting it. For example, if someone's like, yeah, well, you talked about that. Well, what's 5 plus 5, huh? You don't know that the answer is 10 because you didn't do your homework. You don't know the answer is 10. So what you do is you do enough research where you say, well, I do know that 5 plus 4 equals 9. And I am quite certain that 4 plus 5 equals 9. Well, if, as research shows, I would most definitely think that 5 plus 5 is close to 9. But scientists debate this fact, and then you kind of turn that on against them. It's so manipulative. You just go, I'm not an expert, so I don't want to misinform you. I don't want to give you some misinformation, but that's what my research has told me. Okay, that's a ridiculous tangent. Anyway, that's presentations for you. Okay, just in case you get questions. But sometimes if you're just confident enough, the goal is you are so confident, you're so confident and so professional that no one wants to like screw with you and ask questions because they know that you have all the questions like memorized or whatever. So they won't even bother asking a question. Whenever I do presentations, I only get max 1 or 2 questions and then they give up because I know how to answer them. Anyway, that's what was I talking about? Okay, memorize my lines or whatever. I do know how to present, so I'll never script anything because I'll just put bullet points down, just like a presentation. I'll put bullet points of things that I wanna say, and then I just go for it. I just confidently talk about them, and this could be a reason why I flub my lines because I'll be doing okay. I'll be talking confidently, and then there comes to a point where I'm trying to wrap it up, but I didn't think that far, so then I flub it. So that's a problem. You might end up flubbing your lines a lot if you don't know how to end a thought, because it's so easy to start a thought when you're talking about a bullet point, but then to end the thought in a good spot, that takes planning or just practice. So sometimes I'll flub the line. Scripting, however, fixes that problem because you plan everything out, but it's not really my style. Maybe one day it will be, but as of right now, I don't really like planning my things down to the word. It just doesn't come out as natural. There have been a couple lines, word for word, that I'll write down that I want to say in a video, and I don't know if you guys noticed it, but I notice it. When I say that line, it just doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound natural. Maybe it's because I know I planned it and I'm getting in my own head, but I can see my body language and my demeanor change when I say something that I planned. Maybe I'm the only one who notices it. Who knows? Maybe I just need some practice. I mean, you can always just practice scripting and stuff. I don't know. I'm pretty content until I get to a point where the material I'm talking about is so heavy. Because think about it this way: if I'm doing a story, it's my story. I lived through it, so I just need to put the bullet points and talk about it. I'll color it in. But if I'm talking about something like teaching something, then yeah, I guess it's important to have some planned things written down, like terms and stuff, but that hasn't really happened yet. If I'm just voicing my opinion, you know, if I want to make a really persuasive argument, then I suppose, yes, you can script something. But I don't know, whenever I talk about my opinion, I'm not really trying to change anyone's mind. I'm just trying to put my 2 cents out there. Maybe I'll get to the point where I make a video and I'm really passionate about it and I really want to change people's minds, then maybe it'll be heavily scripted. Who knows? But I haven't gotten to that point yet. What else can I talk about when I make a video? One thing that I have to work on is putting some pauses, like comedic pauses. I think I want to make that a part of my style, is just pausing after I say something funny every once in a while. Lately I've just kept on trying to talk or speak quickly. Yeah, that's been something that I've been working on, trying to speak faster so it's easier to edit, and that's been hard to incorporate. It's hard to speak fast because naturally I don't speak very quickly. So on camera, I try and speak quickly. Where was I going with this? Because I've been focusing on speaking faster, whenever I say something funny or interesting, I haven't been pausing because I want to keep the train going. I need to find some happy medium where, you know, I'm comfortable with how quickly I'm speaking, but I'm also comfortable stopping after something I say. You know what I mean? Adding that extra pause, it's like another dimension, really. It's another type of funny because you add that with the cut of a music. So you cut the music and you pause for what they call a dramatic effect, whatever you want to call it. Cut for drama. It just makes it more interesting because the change of pace, when you change the pace suddenly, it catches people off guard, and that's interest. There's a rhythm to the video that, you know, they're accustomed to, and all of a sudden you do one of these guys and then they're like, whoa, I was not expecting that. That's funny, or that's fun. And then you resume and then you do another one and they're like, oh, you got me again. That's funny. And then now you got their attention. But lately I've just been wanting to go quick, you know? So, I don't know. I gotta work on that. Anyway, I guess I'll just end this video here. I don't know what else I can talk about. Let me know if you like this type of thing. If you don't, no problem. I do this because I wanted to try some new stuff. I could stream this. I've been thinking about, you know, just streaming on Twitch or something. I could do stuff like this, and then Twitch saves your recordings. Because I do like this. I think it's interesting. But maybe it's not interesting to you guys, and that's okay. So let me know in the comments if you want to see more of this. Did I do that right? Comments. Double M. That looks like an A. Anyway, okay. I will see you guys later. So yeah, do a quick drawing for you. I've been practicing the little arms cross thing. It still takes me a long time, but I know how to do it now. I understand how to do it. Watch. Not impressed, man. Okay? Zib is not impressed. Watch. So you make the arm short because his chest is short. So make the arm short. Actually, the arm needs to be shorter. Okay? Do that. And then you loop like this. Whoops. Like this. You loop. You do one of these. You get the eraser. Make sure the eraser isn't freaking huge. Take this. Make the hand. Okay. Clean it up a bit. Okay. Come over here. And then you'll clean this up. Oh yeah, if you're still watching this, let me know how interested you'd be in me uploading anime stuff on this channel. Probably won't put it on my main channel. The main channel is not gonna change. I'm really happy where it is right now, and I don't really want to change what I have. Maybe I'll add another segment, but the segment will be kind of similar to what I have right now. So let me know if you want to hear me talk about anime on this channel. Maybe you don't, that's fine. Just let me know. Close the arm. How's that look? See? Just take some practice, and then you can. It takes a little bit of time. I don't know how to draw this just by the normal way. I have to erase. That's how I like to draw. It's easier for me. Okay. Then I go like that. Now, you know, he's gonna have a cool pose. He's gonna be, hey, you kids. That kind of looks ugly. Let's try that again. Yeah, his knee's a little bit too, there you go. Like, nyeh, no, this video sucked. I'll draw another dog and then we'll wrap it up. Gotta practice drawing dogs, I don't know. Even though I don't know any other videos that I could talk about dogs in. I just wanna draw a dog because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's something that you should know how to do when you're reach a certain Oh yeah, I'm gonna continue this dog. He's gonna be a chubster dog. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not even trying anymore. Okay. I feel when you get that was really ugly. I feel like when you get to a certain age, I make him you should know how to draw a dog. Doesn't matter how old you are, you should know. Yeah, I don't like that little cheek thing. I've been trying to experiment with the faces because every dog that I draw kind of looks the same. Let's give him one of those flaps and then I could, no, that looks bad. Okay. I don't really know how to do the body. It's been a problem. Oops. Oops. I don't know how to do the body. Some things I don't like looking up. I like figuring it out myself to draw something, and then after a certain point in time I give up, and then because I think that's how you actually get good at it, because you have to troubleshoot or something, I don't know. Because what, the next time you can't draw something, then you're gonna, it's basically, I think if you're just gonna draw lines, right, that's really all it is. I'm talking like I'm good at drawing. I'm not good at drawing, okay, but I gotten better, and you guys can attest to that. And the way you get better is you just experiment. I mean, dude, I just watched one of my old videos because I don't know why I can't do it anymore. It's talking so slow and stuff. But I used to draw notebooks like this, and then I would color. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even care about these lines that are protruding out. Yeah, like now if I draw a notebook, because I've drawn enough of them, then you know, you do one of these guys. You know what I mean? You give it some dimension or whatever. You give it one of these, and that's like the ending page or whatever. I mean, that actually doesn't look very good. You gotta make the line straight down, that's why. Straight down. Whoop. Straight down. But yeah, see? Let's put some extra pages here. See, it's kind of fancy. If I want to make it this a spiral, then you just, you know, don't go outside the lines. What are you doing? So yeah, I don't know. I think it's important. Everything counts when you're doing cartoons. Every detail counts. There's diminishing returns, obviously. If I could clean this up a bit more. I go like, whoop. It's cleaning it up a little bit too much. I can, you know, make these really smooth and really smooth out the hand. But I don't know. I don't think people would care that much from that to that. You know what I mean? From that far away. But there is a difference between this and this. So I don't know. Yeah, let's stop the video here.